my darlings. This is your fairy godmother. I know how much you love bedtime stories, so here I am with another story just for you. Enjoy! Today's story is about Maui, and it has two parts. The first part is called How Maui Found His Mother. This is the story of Maui Tiki Tiki Ataranga, which means Maui formed in the top knot of Taranga. Maui's mother, the goddess Taranga, bore him prematurely and thought him stillborn. She cut the top knot from her head and tenderly wrapped his body in a long hank of thick black hair. Taranga took the little bundle to the seashore, calling upon Tangaroa, the god of the sea, to take her son. She cast him into the ocean. But she didn't know that Maui was still alive. The wave children of Tangaroa and Hene Moana bore him on their backs. The clouds shielded him from the fierce sun, and Tauhiri, the wind, cooled him. The swelling tide swept him swiftly along the coast. Maui bobbed on the coastal waters for many days. At last, a friendly current drew him towards a seaside kainga, nesting below a paw-topped bluff. The moment the topknot rolled ashore, fierce gulls, buzzing flies, and stinging jellyfish fell hungrily upon it. Luckily for Maui, his uncle, Tama Nui Kiterangi, raced along the beach, scattered the predators, and carefully unwrapped the baby boy. He did not know that Maui was his nephew, but something in his heart made Tama take the child home to raise as his own son. As Maui grew, Tama taught him many things of rangi and papa, tiki and tu. He imparted to Maui the art of oratory and the tongue of taiha. He told him of nature and aroha and revealed to him the magic ways of mastering them. Maui learned quickly and was soon adept at changing his shape to that of any bird in the forest. His favorite was Rupe, the wood pigeon. One day, he took his form and flew down to the kainga, where the men of the tribe were lazily digging the kumara patch. Maui settled on a ko. Then he sang a chant of work. The men dug strongly to the beat of the song, and the job was quickly finished. Maui enjoyed his childhood, but as he grew older, one thing began to bother him. All the other children in the pa had mothers, but where was his? "Who is my mother?" he asked Tama. "I think she is the goddess Taranga." "Where is she?" "Far, far away, Maui. Too far for my old bones to take you," said Tama. "Then I shall go and find her myself," determined Maui. And he did. After many months and many miles of searching, Maui at last found the pa he had left so long ago. There was a gathering in the pa, and as Maui crept closer, he saw a woman greeting her sons. He was sure that the woman was his mother. One by one, the woman gave her sons the hongi of greeting. Maui silently entered the pa and stood behind the four brothers he had never met. When Maui's turn came, Taranga cried out, "Who are you?" "I am Maui Potiki, your last born," he answered, and he told his mother what had happened since she had cast him into the sea. Taranga's eyes filled with happy tears. She knew that this young man before her was indeed her son. Maui Tiki Tiki Ataranga was happy too, for he had found his mother. That was the end of part 1 of the story. I hope you enjoyed it, and now on to part 2. How Maui found his father and the magic jawbone. Maui was happy he had found his mother, Taranga. But 2 things bothered him. Who was his father? And where did his mother go during the day? One night, he covered the window and the door of their whare with cloaks and mats to block out the early morning light. Taranga overslept, and Maui saw her hurry out into the sunrise. Down the hill from the paw she raised. Maui, following behind, saw her leap into a hole and disappear from sight. He peered into the hole. It looked very deep. He dropped sticks and stones, but could not hear them land. "But if my mother can do it, so can I," thought Maui, and he sprang after her. As he fell, he chanted the karakia to turn himself into Rupe, the wood pigeon. With a flutter of his wings, he flopped into a pile of bracken at the bottom of the hole. He crept along the tunnel that led from the hole until it opened into a vast underground land. Beneath a tree, he could see his mother and a man. Could this man be his father? Maui fluttered into the branches of the puriri tree. He plucked a berry and dropped it on the man. The man looked up, and Maui dropped another. The man jumped up in anger. He called to other people of the underworld, and they began to throw stones at the cheeky pigeon. Maui skillfully dodged the people's stones, but when the man flung one, he let it hit him on his feathered chest. He pitched from the tree and flopped at the man's feet. As the man bent to pick him up, Maui sprang to his feet in his human form. Then they knew that they were father and son. Maui's father, whose name was Makia Tutara, took his son to a sacred waterfall and bathed him in its waters. He chanted karakia to give Maui more magical powers and everlasting life. Maui was happy. He had found his father. But Makia Tutara was sad. He had made a mistake when chanting the karakia, magical incantations, over Maui. It was only a little slip, but he knew it would one day cost Maui his life. Maui's grandfather, Morirangi Whenua, lived in the underworld too, and each day Maui would bring him his food. One day he hid it, and his grandfather asked, "Where is my kai, Maui?" "Give me your magic jawbone, and I will give you your kai," said Maui. "No," said his grandfather. So every day Maui would hide his food and ask him again. At last, Morirangi Whenua became too hungry, and he gave in. He slipped his magic jawbone from his mouth and gave it to Maui. "Tame the sun with this bone, Maui," he said. "Find the secret of fire and fish up a land. But do not defy Hine, the goddess of death, or you will surely die." Maui felt the power of the bone course through him. "I will tame the sun. I will find the secret of fire. I will even defy death." And when he returned from the underworld to the land above, he did all those things. But that is another story. That's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that one. Now it's time to say goodnight. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. Bye.